Hey guys, welcome to Truck and Travel. I'm Derek.
I'm Cinnamon.
Hey, thanks for coming to the premiere of our video. This is pretty exciting. You're here, we're here. We're excited you're here. Hope you're excited we're here. I don't know. Anyways, that's awkward. That's We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And every once in a while we get asked, how can we support you? Do you have a Patreon? No, we don't have a Patreon. And we don't recommend leaving super chats or whatever. We want you to get something for what you give. And one way to do that is go to shoptruckandtravel.com. That's actually where we had this hat made. I like this. This is the Truck and Travel hat 2.0. And it sticks out. It's really awesome. I really like it a lot. This is my favorite hat right now. You can also get a hoodie. Truck and Travel, and it actually says stuff on the back. You don't have to get up. That's okay.
Okay.
You can go to the website and check it out, just in case you're
Yeah.
curious. And then we got this shirt on there too, which I like a lot. It just says, "Just keep working harder." Working hard. Sorry. Anyways, go there, check it out. Oh, and this is sponsored by Hyfield Trucking.
If you are interested in doing what we do and driving one of these trucks for a living, reach out to Hyfield Trucking at the link and phone number in the video description. Let them know Truck and Travel sent you. Come on.
Thank you for checking out the video. All right, now back to live action.
Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Hey! Welcome to Truck and Travel. I'm Derek.
I'm Cinnamon. Sorry if we blew your speakers.
Yeah, sorry
Oh,
about that. It's over there. Yep. But
Okay.
oh my goodness, sorry about that. We're trying something different out. We just put together this little setup. It's still not perfect. Well, it's hard to get anything perfect, but good news.
Scare me.
We paid off the truck, got the title, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
And we did it in 10 months. So the truck wasn't real expensive, so that makes life a lot easier. Now the computer's acting up. Let me know in the comments if you can still see the video.
Oh no.
But we got this paid off not too long ago, maybe a couple weeks ago.
We're a little concerned about it. Nope, it's frozen on here too. Oh.
So just here, you want to read the comments, Cinnamon?
Okay. Jamie says, "Good evening" with a flag. Can they still hear me though? Probably. Okay. Beezy said, "Cool, came in just in time." Yeah, you usually miss each other. Be easy. So yes, we just started the live. Derek's figuring out some stuff, so you guys should still be able to hear me. Yay! Okay, so stuff's kind of moving. Will X
It's acting
said,
up, so
"Congrats."
we probably won't have it. I don't know. So just
Aw.
keep on going, Cinnamon.
Okay. Will X said, "Congrats, thank you." Oh, we disappeared from the.
Yep. Pretend
Okay.
that doesn't exist.
Okay, sorry, I was just looking. Matt Carl, hey Matt Carl. He said, checking in from Mobile, Alabama. Congratulations on paying off the truck. Awesome. Hey, what's
Thank
the
you.
temperature there? We actually we were in Alabama a couple weeks ago, and I don't know. Every time we go there, it's really awesome because the one place that we deliver to, they don't let you inside the building, so you're outside where the docks are and stuff.
And what do we like to do when people tell us where they're watching us from,
Oh, we
Cinnamon?
like to put it on the map, so make
Yeah.
sure you guys, when you're checking in, you let us know what state you're in, and I also like to see what the temperature is there, because then we can kind of get a feel for what it is across, the United States. I don't know, it's something cool, because then it could be like cold in one state and then like really warm in another. But what I was saying about the place in Alabama is that we have to wait on the back end of our truck for them to open up the doors, and then we'll talk to them, and then we'll back it up and stuff. But every time I've been there, it's always been good weather to stand out there. So I actually like being able to get out of the truck and stuff when we're over the road. So Jamie said, see you guys, Frozen. We hear you. Keep
Man.
going. Great to see you guys. Oh, thank you.
It's gonna be probably more like a podcast than anything.
Oh, no. We haven't, how long ago was it that we did it from the computer? Like a year or something. So Derek's trying to figure that out. So while he's trying to get everything set up. The Easy said truck paid off. So cool. Yeah, it's definitely a relief. You know, we have the title in hand. That's paid off. So anything that comes in on the business, you know, if we have any maintenance or anything like that, like we have been, you know, paying it off and stuff, not putting anything on credit cards before, like we paid off our truck and stuff. But it's nice because then we can start to build that bigger emergency fund for the business and stuff, since we won't have a truck payment. So Ohio Trucker One said, congratulations, paid off my 79 W900A EXHG last year. I know the feeling. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely a great feeling, like whenever you have that like stress relief and stuff. So
Pretend
You
I'm
look
not
so
doing anything.
serious.
Well, I am. Ignore me, just keep doing your thing.
Okay. I'm just gonna call it consent. Said, hi you two. Hi, how are you?
Hey.
Thanks for popping in. T King said, wow, you two have earned one cuss word each. No, we won't get that frustrated. It's okay.
I might. Son of a gun.
No, dude,
Jeez.
yeah. He'll take mine too, so.
I'll spend it all.
Jamie is in Pensacola.
Hey. Florida?
So Florida, yes. Pensacola, and said that it's 70 today. Oh, that is beautiful. I love it. I'm drinking my flavored sparkling water. We like kiwi strawberry. It's the best one. Sparkling ice is what it's called. Derek and I call it fizzies if you're new to our lives. It's so delicious.
Delicioso.
Okay, Matt Carl said current temperature is 71 degrees. That's awesome.
Hey, tell you what, if you're over the road drivers, whether it's in a Sprinter van, expediting straight truck like ours, or a semi truck, let us know how are loads going for you, and are you an owner operator? Are you a company driver? You know, what's the deal? How's it going?
Matt Carl said, I was in Laredo this morning on my way to North Carolina. A nice thing about a cargo van on Lockbox. It's so funny sometimes, like when it'll even be, you know, in one day, we're like, man, we started here and we're all the way over here. Like, we've been through this many states, you know, like just in one day.
Hey,
so
it's funny. I tell people, since we team drive, you know, you go to sleep in one state and then you wake up in a couple over. It's like time traveling. Because you go to sleep and then you instantly wake up and then bam, you're about 500, 700 miles in a different spot.
usually when I'm in the sleeper, I'll get my phone out and then I'll go to the map and open it to see what state we're in, because it's just so weird, you know, you wake up in a different state.
Yeah.
Sarah said, hello there from Hazard, Kentucky.
Ooh, Kentucky.
So you got Kentucky on the map.
I'll get it.
Okay. Hi. Thank you very much for joining us. Sorry, I always lose my spot. Jamie said, so what year is your truck? It is a 2016 Freightliner Cascadia. Or would you say Cascadia Freightliner?
It don't matter.
Okay. I say everything wrong. If you guys saw you guys should have seen the outtakes. We were doing the one with the truck tour, and I accidentally called the fire extinguisher a fire hydrant. Okay, it doesn't sound so funny now, but we were like really laughing about that because I couldn't get that out of my head, so I kept saying fire hydrant when I was going over stuff. So I think that Derek just took it out of the video. So anyways, I usually have to kind of clarify because I'll say the wrong stuff. Ohio Trucker said Columbus, Ohio. So put Ohio on there. And said it's 41 degrees right now.
Yeah.
It's really warm for being Ohio. Oh no, I forgot. Busies make me burp. Sorry, guys. But yeah, usually around end of February, it's usually, a bunch of snow and cold and stuff, and so it's actually warm weather for it being 41. Jack said, "How are you coming, Florida?" It was around 8. It was around 80 today. 80 to Florida. 80 in Florida. That's so in February. That's so crazy. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us, Jack. Wayne Thompson. Did I skip anyone? Okay. Wayne Thompson said, "Hey to you both. Glad to see you. Hope you're staying warm." Thank you. 40 something doesn't really sound warm, but it actually is. So I think once you hit, I was telling Sally this because Sally's is she in South Dakota? No, she's in North Dakota because we usually don't go to North Dakota. We usually just go to South Dakota. Hey. Stop giving the eyes. I was talking to Sally. She's in North Dakota, and it gets really, really cold. And I told her that, like, she had...
You can probably scoot over.
Yeah. She... Hey. I'll join you. Hi. She posted something about, Derek, stop. Oh, my gosh.
Screen's frozen again.
No, it's not. Just on this app. She put up a post, about how it was, like, negative 22 degrees there. And I told her that now that I have a friend in North Dakota, I can't complain about Ohio weather anymore because it gets cold in Ohio, but dang. Like, she said that it felt like it was 50 degrees out today when it was 27 degrees. So I feel like once it gets, like, the kind of cold where it stings, to be outside, then once it heats up even a little bit, it actually feels warm. So, let's see, where was I at? Tomahawk Dog said, congrats, Derek and Cinnamon.
Thank you.
In Georgia. Today is my daughter's birthday. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Oh,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday to her. That's awesome. February birthdays are awesome.
It is actually, February is me and Cinnamon's birthday month, so we're getting older too.
Yeah, she's got a good birthday. That's awesome. Is it Brian? Derek saw your name earlier, and I'm like, I think that's Brian. Like, Brian's usually Bryan.
Or
Yours
with
is,
a Y.
Yeah, Bryan. Yeah.
So there's all
so
kinds of
it's
ways
Brian though, right? Like, so let me know if I'm pronouncing that right or not. He said he's in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
Scranton, huh? We're watching Office right now.
We just
actually
started the series again.
Yeah.
Pretty excited about that.
Are you putting PA on that?
Yep, I'll get it.
All right. Okay, and it's 28 degrees there, so it's even colder there than it is here. Be Easy said, "Hey, in Perrysburg, Ohio, sitting at the Petro in you guys' neck of the woods. Yeah, that's awesome.
Welcome to the Buckeye State.
If you're, I'm trying to think what all. Well, I mean, Perrysburg has like everything. Rossford's right there too, so there's a bunch of. But you're in a van, right? Like
either a Sprinter van or a rig like ours.
Yeah, so you can go a bunch of different places.
Wait, that's not what
everything's like right there. Chipotle. That's where we get our cat food. Sally's on, yay! Shane's Hot Shotting Hauling LLC said San Francisco, 33 degrees with snow.
Dang, yeah, they got like some blizzard action over in California. I don't know.
Well, you don't usually hear that.
No.
That's crazy. 33. Yeah. Sally said, just now joining you. Hi, I'm here. Very cold.
Welcome, Sally.
She put, yep, that's me. Yeah, I was just talking about you about how North Dakota is a lot colder than Ohio, so I really can't complain. Jamie said, how has business been? Rates good?
It's been a slow month this month for us because we've had some issues, and that'll be in a video coming up. But yeah, so that's fun. So we haven't, since we had downtime issues, it causes us not to have a good feel for how rates are or how loads have been, or how easy it is to get a load or good paying load. So yeah, can't help you. I'm sorry. But I hope it's going good for everybody else.
Okay, I don't know if there's any other drivers out there who, like, when you see cows, you're like, there's cows. You know what I mean? Jerk, what the heck? And I was just going to show you guys wait, where's the camera at?
You did a good job. You did a good job.
Look at my nails. I got them done. Like, well, I did them myself. But they're like cows. Stop. So weird.
I don't know why that camera's froze. It's really weird.
Okay. Wayne Thompson said, darn Derek, those eyes. I remember we used to do that all the time. Sally said, wow, you paid off the truck. Congratulations. Thank you. It's exciting. It is exciting. It's ours. Officially ours. Tom's Mowing said, are you guys going to run the pickup truck for your business?
No. We might sell it. I'm still, like, I'm considering selling it more. Cinnamon's, like, either way. But we're looking into another business and another industry, whatever. And I was thinking about just using some of that money to, we borrowed money against the truck to fix it, so we leveraged the truck, and then thinking about selling it, for some price, who knows what now. And
we gotta do a little research every time we
every time
decide
every week you gotta pretty much check to see what the price is and if the wind's blowing. But considering using that for funds for the next adventure, so we'll see.
Yay! Brian said yes, so it is Ryan. Okay. Consent said here it is -22.
Dang.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
That's awful.
Sally said it was 27 high today. Felt like 50. Felt nice out. Laugh out loud.
And Sally's in North Dakota?
Yeah. Sorry. Sally said, yes, I heard you tell them. Laugh out loud. Yep. That's awesome. Tomahawk Dog said, I heard Chipotle. That is where we get our cat food. Oh, no.
They eat nothing but the best. You heard right. You got it.
Man,
Nailed it.
We spoil our cats with some things, but I'm not buying them Chipotle.
So, when we're in the area, we stop by a Chipotle because it's right beside the interstate on the way home.
Yeah, no.
It's convenient.
They have a PetSmart.
Not too far from that.
Not too far from that, and like since the cats have been on the road, like I know sometimes we get questions about the cats. I do want to do a video on just different stuff that answer a couple questions about the cats and like just living on the over the road with cats and stuff.
Something.
But for male cats, they have like urinary tract issues or whatever,
Or they can, or most of them do.
If they're male cats, they do.
Well, you're screwed.
And so, but Norton, he like started really acting up when we went over the road, and I think it's because he got like anxiety and stuff about it.
It was like months after we started, though.
It was after we changed trucks. Right after we changed trucks.
Yeah, and
that
like
caused him to get
6 months or something.
Yeah, and
Maybe
so
even longer.
we actually took him to a Banfield, which is it's like a pet hospital that's connected to PetSmart, and they have them all over the United States. So if you have to pay, we have to pay like a monthly subscription whatever, so that we can go to any Banfield that we run into. But they prescribe him a certain cat food, which makes me so mad because during like inflation, it was the same price and then it went down a little bit. It went down, like it went from 5.8 ounces to 5.1. And so I'm like, sorry cats, you got a little bit less to eat because I'm not buying like more, And now they kept that 5.1 ounce size and they raised it 50 more cents. So it's $3 a day just for the wet cat food I give the cats. And then we also have to give them dry cat food. But we have to give them the wet cat food because it that certain, formula makes them drink enough water so it helps with their issues and stuff like that. So anyways, so we have to go to Banfield to get that specific cat food and stuff. And so since we live out in the middle of nowhere,
I Pound the sticks.
That's like the closest one. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, so no, we don't go to Chipotle for the cat food.
No.
So, Be Easy said, big truck like you guys, in a loaner right now, getting work done on mine. Really looking forward to getting it back. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's something about going back to your, I don't know. It's like staying in a hotel. You want to go back to your own home. You know, you're used to it.
Even when we were driving, like when we ran under our other fleet owners before we became our own, just driving somebody else's property, like makes it like, I don't know. I feel more comfortable with obviously driving something that you own. So even paying off the truck, like, it's great because it's ours now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
well,
no.
it feels official, like it's
Yeah.
it's locked in now.
Yeah.
But I'll say this, like when we first started for our old fleet owner, we started out in a 2-axle truck, and then after half a year, they put us into a new 3-axle truck, and I was kind of nervous about that because new trucks have issues too. So, and they had one that had reefer problems, a brand new truck. So I mean, you never know what you're gonna get just switching trucks, even if it's new or old. So yeah, that's part of the reason too. And your rig, you know what I mean?
Wayne said, I'm watching Smokey and the Bandit. It reminds me of
Me and Cinnamon.
Of you, the Bandit, and Frog. Haha.
Oh.
What?
So the Bandit.
I saw that movie. I'll be
Yeah.
honest. I only saw it once. And
So the frog is some chick. So they roll around.
I hope she's nice. Oh.
They're kind of a thing. So.
We're more of a thing though.
Yeah, we're a little bit more official
Right?
now. So. I like that movie. That's a classic.
Oh, that's funny. Sally said, cow nails, you silly girl. Nice job. Thanks. I like how they're so cute. Sorry. I keep looking at them because, I don't know, they're funny. Hot Shot by the Mile said, you guys have come a long way. What an amazing journey. Great work. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you to say.
Long way.
Nelson Williams, hi, said congratulations to y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nelson.
Sally said, saw your birthday post. Looks like you had a great day. Happy birthday again.
Thank you, Sally.
Thank you. Beezy said, yes, Mr. D, no nail polish for you.
No, we're clean. Look at that. Just nothing. I even trimmed my nails not too long ago. I lose track of that a lot.
I'm not going to comment. It's a joke.
Weeks go by in the truck, and once they start to break, you're like, yep, it's time to cut them.
He makes me jealous. Like, his grows so much faster than mine do.
More calcium, I guess. I don't know.
Whatever. Neither of us drink milk. Which actually doesn't have... Never mind. Craig James says, we slowed down a bit this week due to one truck detonated its clutch. Shards went into the transmission and all parts trashed. 8,100 if we're lucky. Tow was short, not too bad.
What kind of rig was that? That's bites. I want to use all kinds of French words for that one.
Yeah, that's awful. Like, you know that there's going to be breakdowns and there's going to be things that need fixed and stuff, but man, if they don't charge freaking an arm and a leg for everything. Like, it's ridiculous. Well, I mean, I'm not going to go into what we had done because it'll be in the next video, or in a upcoming video. But when I heard like how much it cost, I'm just like
I knew it was going to be not pretty.
It's just ridiculous. I'm not gonna. I could probably make a whole video like just complaining because just if they know you're in a position where you can't fix it yourself, or I don't know.
Inflation.
Ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Scott said, hello from Los Angeles, California. It's 45 here.
Nice.
Yeah, there's another California.
45.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's warmer here than in California and Los Angeles.
Hey!
The Los Angeles area, I think they were supposed to get some of that crap.
Yeah. They probably can't hear that. Gang of Four is here. Said, Steve in New Hampshire here. Hope all is well. Congratulations on the truck.
Thank you. Yeah, we wanted to do a live and celebrate with you guys. Since you guys, watch our videos, you guys put in the time and take time out of your day and
Yeah.
watch our journey, so we wanted to.
We love you guys' company too.
Share the news live. Going live.
Jamie said, sorry if anybody's here or like has their like headphones in. Sometimes Derek gets loud. Jamie said, you prefer 2 or 3 axle?
I personally,
My face itch.
so it seems like we're making the same amount of money with a 3 as we did a 3 axle. We have a 2 axle now, but I noticed when we like in town or whatever, and you take like a perfect 90-degree turn, you know, even if you're not going real fast or you're turning into like a truck stop, you can feel that baby rock more with the 2 axle. And then it feels like it doesn't rock as much in the wind when you're driving down the highway when you are driving a 3 axle. So personally, I kind of like the 3 axle, but I'm sure there might be times where I might like the 2 axle better for like tire expenses. So there's, I don't know, pros and cons for both of them, I'd say.
Gang of Four said, are you doing green screen?
Trying to see if.
Well, Be Easy said, hey Derek, your special effects are making you guys look like you're fading in and out of the background like ghosts.
Whoops.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the Office, that's what the background is right now. That's what we're watching.
Yeah, pretty fitting. Jim sits, right over there, I think. Some over there. I don't know. Hey, that's where Pam's like.
Yep, Pam's there.
Yeah, so Jim and Dwight would be like right here.
Oh,
right?
No, right here is Jim.
Right.
Dwight is.
Right.
It's so hard to do it right here.
The weather. I should have got one of those screens, like, you know what I mean?
Derek did a short where he did do the weather
Just to
for
be
the
fun.
day.
Yeah, I use this screen. I'm trying to test it out, you know what I mean?
That's funny. Jamie said your videos and channel is awesome. We just wish you posted more videos. Thank you and congratulations. Oh, thank you so much. Gang of Four said, are the cats okay? Yes. We have them in the house right now. If you're new to the channel, we have 2 cats that go over the road with us. And we usually, I know this, I don't know, sometimes there's certain situations that you have to kind of explain to people because if they just hear about them, it may sound bad. But we leave them in the truck when we're home because if we're only home for like a couple days or something, cats, our cats, I don't know if all cats are like this, but I can kind of imagine they kind of are. They don't do good with constant changing. So it actually stresses them out if we bring them in, into the house. And by the time they get used to being in the house, if we bring them back out to the truck, then they're all on high alert again. And they're stressed out. And when they're stressed out, then they just don't do good. And it's really weird because, I don't know if you guys have seen me post like pictures or videos of them cuddling and they're just they love each other so much and they fight a bunch, but it's play fight. Whenever we switch them in from the house and all that stuff, they literally, it's like they don't know each other at all. It's like some other cat that like
but they really haven't, like, I don't know, they're getting better.
They are getting better because we've been bringing them in the house a little bit more often because of
just random issues.
Yeah, issues, and then like sometimes there'll be really bad, weather and storms and stuff. So it's kind of like all the places that we're picking up or delivering to, there's going to be a storm. So even if it's clear sailing to pick up the load, the place that we end up dropping it at, there's like a tornado warning. What was it like? Wasn't there like 10? What does that have to do with the cats though? Well, because of us being home more often and bringing them in.
So basically, we're trying. Sometimes we avoid the weather, or like December, we were home a long time because they demolished and they took down our barn, and we wanted to be here for just in case something went wrong or
cat Xanax.
Didn't want something to ruin our cars or debris fly out in the field, and if it did, we wanted to be here to be able to clean it up. It just, when we're home like that, it's nice to have the cats inside so we don't have to go outside in the cold or in the rain or
to feed them. And
yeah.
So Gang of Four said it said they need cat Xanax. I won't skip your comment, Tomahawk. I just wanted to say this real quick. It's funny because whenever we go to the vet, Caleb, little fur ball, just, you know, he's a bunch of talk, but he doesn't do anything. Norton, he turns in, is that on your screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Norton turns into the Credible Hulk. Like, we can't even have him in a regular carrier because he busts through and stuff. And, like, he'll actually attack, like, people who are trying to just, if they try and give him a shot or something. So they're trying to give me, I think they were trying to give me Gabby Penton to give him, like, the night before or something like that. And I'm just like, I'm not giving him anything. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm not.
You're going to have to fight with the cat.
You're going to have to use a towel around him or do what you need to, but I'm not going to give him something.
May the odds forever be in your favor.
Yeah.
Something like that.
They don't have their front paws.
Cut the paws clean off. See how she switches the words up? Does it all the time.
Yeah.
Freaks people out.
Oh my gosh. They don't have their front claws. Just for people's protections and
Cut
stuff.
their arms right off. Clean.
Claws. Did I say paws again?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
This
I got really loud. I'm sorry if
probably gonna
anybody
get
has on
demonetized
headphones or anything.
The violence PETA's going to get a hold of us.
Okay, Tomahawk Dog said, Derek, here's one for you. Vegetarian is an old Indian word meaning I don't hunt so good.
I like that. That's really good. Who said that?
Tomahawk.
I like that.
I was actually a vegetarian for 3 years.
Yeah,
and then I moved back to Ohio, and then I started dating Derek.
And I was like, that ain't gonna fly.
And I had a picture of him and I were on a date, and he's like, just take a bite of my burger. And I'm like,
it's
no.
so good.
And I'm like, he's like, no, it's so, and I'm like, okay. You know, and so he took a picture and he posted it, and all my friends were like, well,
Busted.
they're like, guess you had to meet a real man to.
Fake.
Yeah, I got a lot of.
Man,
crap.
what year was that? 2012?
11, when we were dating.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I also worked at like a chicken wing place, and I was a vegetarian, so people would be like, "Is this good?" I'm like, "Well, you know, I ate it years ago."
It was good 10
good.
years ago, so I mean, it's probably still good.
It was just funny, but it was inevitable. I went back to eating meat, but I could go back to being a vegetarian again. That's another story. Die to listen. Congratulations! Thank you so much. Sally said, "That's so true." There's a problem with the server. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Sally said, that's so true. I get it with the cats. Too funny. Tomahawk put no pause with a laughing face. I do that all the time. I think my mouth goes faster than my brain sometimes. I don't know. I'll admit it.
It's sad.
You try talking a bunch. You're bound to mistake, some words.
That's why I talk slow. Think it over a little bit.
Whatever.
Let it roll around your little head.
Okay, Consent said, ever know when it's gonna break? Like me, I am at the mercy of an electric chair.
What break? What break?
Ever know when it's gonna break? Like me, I'm at the mercy of an electric chair. Shoot, what were we talking about?
You talking about the truck?
When it's gonna break. Sorry, I'm lost. We're gonna have to clarify a little bit. Tomahawk said, quote from Red Green. Ha, the vegetarian thing is.
Oh.
Yeah, I love Red Green.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I never saw it until Derek introduced me to him.
Oh, he's awesome.
He's funny. I like him a lot, yeah. Jamie said, have you hauled for FedEx during your entire expediting career?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. It was, so far it's only been FedEx.
Yeah. When we actually do find something that works and, is good and stuff, like we don't like to change it.
Yeah. Just because our experience with hot shotting, once you find something that works, you kind of don't want to chance it,
Yeah.
Just the experiences we've had.
Consent said yes. When you said, if we're talking about the truck, when he said, ever know when it's going to break? Like me, I'm at the mercy of an electric chair.
Yeah, it feels that way. It feels like, nope, today's a bad day.
We've been fortunate enough to know, though, that it hasn't been like
it's been,
our TCU that breaks down in the middle of a load and we've had to give it up. Like, we've been able to...
We've had issues with the TCU where it stopped running. It's we had a load that was
that was one time going out to Nevada.
Yeah, we're headed for Reno, and we it stopped working around Las Vegas, and that's man, I want to say a good maybe 200 miles from each other. And it was evening time. It wasn't too warm. I want to say it was about 60 degrees, and I can't remember what the temperature was.
Yeah, but the
They
place
weren't-
in Vegas, the carrier there was that one guy.
Wasn't a carrier.
It wasn't.
No, it was a what's the brand? It was a Thermal King.
We stopped there first, and he said he couldn't help us, but then we found one in Vegas, and he said that he could put our like load in the cooler and stuff, and then we could stay there, you know. And
So the Thermal King we stopped at might have been in Arizona. I think
that was in Arizona, yeah.
I think it might have been Kingston or something
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
Dang, that's a long haul.
Yeah.
And so I told him basically,
We're like,
you
we
might
can't
as well
open up.
you might
like,
as well let us. Well, I told the carrier, I said, the carrier that we drive for, I said, you might as well let us keep it, because by the time you get another truck out to where we are, we could have been to the shipper and dropped off.
Yeah.
So
Gang of Four said, "Have you ever delivered for Santa Claus?"
no,
No, we haven't.
probably be a full truck.
Yeah. Baden said hello from Texas.
Hey, Texas. We got 2 California. I think
We got
usually
the-
it's mostly Texas, but now it's California. Maybe it's because they're down for the weather and they're like, nothing to do. Might as well watch this.
Texas is so big.
Big state, Texas. Cinnamon has to stop talking and see what I'm doing.
Oh no, there's no more comments.
No comments. I can't help.
I'm gonna put the spotlight on Derek. Let him fill. Go ahead.
Hey guys, how's it going?
You're funny.
Cinnamon's like, I better find something to talk about.
So
Yeah, we were currently down last week because of issues, and yeah, it'll be a video because it's kind of a strategy and going to be kind of a pain in the butt, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, not real exciting, but we'll be able to take loads if they're offered. How long have we been back in service? We took ourselves out of service so we wouldn't be available for loads, and they wouldn't send opportunities to us. But then we put ourselves back into service. I want to say Thursday,
something. But
because we got like none yesterday, and we got like none today.
there's comments. You guys are great. Sorry. Hungry Highway. It reminds me of Hungry Headphones.
Yeah.
Said hey.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us. Baden said, great channel. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Brian said, what is the average weight of a load?
For us,
Man, it's been like 100 pounds lately.
but yeah, max I'd say usually for us is about 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
It's not much for us.
I mean, we've taken like 3,000 some, but
We usually
it's
do
usually
about-
only like a couple pallets and not
Yeah,
that heavy.
1 to 3 skids.
But we strap it down. Like we put
We'll use 3 straps and a couple bars. We will
for a 50-pound one.
make sure it doesn't move around in the box, and if God forbid it, but if the truck goes on its side, it'll still be in the same spot. I don't strap it down hard on top.
Yeah.
I just put the straps over and make it slightly snug, so that way if something does happen, it stays in spot. And then we got one that is going kind of like from the sides of the pallet. I don't know where you're from the sides of the pallet, and it kind of goes around the front part like a seat belt of the pallet itself. So it only touches the pallet, and it's pushing it back to the bars. So it's holding it against the bars, basically. Strapped to the bars.
Sometimes the pallets are so light that they'll get on there for even their forklift, and we'll ask them, we have bars up there. Can you put it down the middle and push against the bar?
bars, yeah.
And it'll go against the bars, and then they try and back it
Oh,
out, and then
yeah.
it just pulls it out, and they're
Yeah.
like, then they try it again, and we're just like, we have to push it like to get it off.
Yeah,
the...
like most of them are so light that I can,
Yeah.
lift them, push them up there.
which is nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to cross my legs.
Or sometimes, I just use the ratchets to do like I did, to pull it back into place on the skid,
Yeah, because they say they push it all the way and it's not.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
It
Not a big deal.
happens.
Ooh, Hungry Highway says Michigan.
Oh yeah, we got another one.
And I will say the name of the state just because that's what you're talking about. You're not talking about any teams.
They beat Ohio 2 times.
Derek, why
in
on
a
earth
row.
would you bring that up?
Hey,
What's wrong with you? Okay,
That's
Gang
true.
of Four said, oh, he said I don't see New Hampshire.
oh, do we at? There's a New Hampshire on here.
Yeah.
Oops.
Okay, so I'll read a state, and they'll be like, "Are you going to?" And he's like, "Yes, I'm going
Well,
to." So the one time I
I
did
have
it.
to tell her I'm going to because otherwise, like normal, she'll wait and watch me do it, and then she's not reading, so I have to tell her I got this.
Okay, fine.
Even
Okay,
though I might not.
Steve, I got a question. So do you? Hi, Steve. do you say? Sorry, it's an inside joke. Do you say New Hampshire or New Hampshire? I've heard
Do
it.
they say New Hampshire?
I've heard it pronounced that way before.
Have you?
Yeah, but it could just be somebody trying to be special.
Fancy?
Fancy.
Are
Ooh,
you
they
guys fancy?
I'm sure it's probably New Hampshire. But you know how I am with I want to pronounce it right if, you know. Okay. Be Easy said we raised calicos as a kid. Cats are very territorial. Once they settle into a place, they are most comfortable there and must return there. Norton
It's-
always has to pee in the cat litter anytime he comes into the house. The second he gets in,
Hmm.
even if he doesn't have to pee, I swear he like makes sure.
Who said that?
Be Easy did.
So, we also, when we put the cats back out in the truck, we always have to put the one out there first.
Yeah.
Because he I think it's probably with what Be Easy said is he's a little crazy, a little territorial. He needs to check out the place again and make sure it's the same dang place, and then
Whichever cat is going into the truck, as soon as you put him in the truck, it's a new place, so he's all like high strung. So we put Caleb in there first because
And
he
then
gets used to it. And
we
so when
give him some
Norton gets in
time.
and Norton is like high strung, Norton just kind of treats Caleb like he's annoying, and Caleb's all like, "Oh, I love you so much. I'm here by myself. I can't wait
Yeah.
for you know."
So there's some.
But if we
some
do it the
time-
opposite,
some time that has passed by the time the second one gets in there. How long do you wait normally?
I wait like I wait at least 5 hours now, but it had to be like a day before or a day and a half before. So, but I can wait like 5 hours now and then just be in there when they're there, you know, for a while, and then they're fine. So
Okay.
it's gotten a lot better. Like, but when we first there's a lot of adjustments with cats, and you know, well, if you have just one cat though, there's a lot of problems that there aren't gonna, you know. It could just be our cats too.
Yeah, it could be nutbags.
I love our cats. Sally's laughing. Baden said, "I love to see your video clips. So natural." Thanks. So yeah, I couldn't act worth crap. Like I don't know. Like if people are fake and stuff in their videos, and I don't know. It'd be too tiring, I think. Shoot.
You lose your spot?
Yeah. Sorry. Jamie says, "Does DOT bother you much?" No.
We got one of those what do you call them, passes?
Pre-pass.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah. So
Pre-pass
if
plus.
your score,
The carrier score, not ours.
if the carrier score is a good score, meaning you don't have a lot of dings for like drivers doing bad stuff, then it'll allow your
tell us-
carrier, your ones that drive for your carrier, to bypass wait
The scale
stations
house.
more often.
Yeah.
But if you get like a high score, meaning you get a lot of dings against you, then it'll pull more in, since there's more
You're
of a
more
chance
likely
that
to get
you're
pulled into the thing.
Yeah, so we have ours connected, you know, with
But-
our.
We've this entire time we've done expediting, we've had 2 DOT inspections, right?
We also had a hazmat one time. He was just looking for the first hazmat vehicle he could find when we were doing a hazmat load.
Oh, 3 times. Three times then. 2 times with you, right? Yeah, 1 time with me. 2 out of the 3 times were on the side of the road DOT inspections.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Weird.
Yeah.
I never had a side of the road DOT inspection until this. So
Did you know that end of July, very beginning of August, August 1st, will be 4 years?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I want to give you guys a heads up. If you're drivers, be aware of Arizona. They're hitting it hard, even for the cars, even. And I think they're using semi trucks, so they'll have pretty sure highway patrol and semi trucks. I think they're being passengers and they're clocking people or making sure that people are driving safe. So if you're in Arizona, be careful. And also, North Carolina actually has a big rig that's a official state trooper rig that has the blue lights. So if you're speeding or doing something crazy and
just obey the law and you'll be fine.
North Carolina and you see blue lights at a big rig, yeah, you better pull over. It's times are getting tough
For speeders.
for drivers.
Whatever.
So much red tape.
Noah!
Hey!
Noah's on here. Yay, hi.
I think he's been following
He said,
us for
hey,
like
y'all.
4 years.
I know. I feel like he's like our,
He's still a young man to me.
Yeah. No, you're still 15 to me, or however old you were.
Well, he's
Was he
like 19
14?
now, right?
Are you 19?
Isn't
Dude,
he?
I'm so late. I have no idea. Did you graduate
He's still
yet?
no. He
He's a
hasn't
senior,
graduated.
right?
So maybe
Junior?
he's 18. He's a senior.
Okay, no, this is what happens when you get our age. You don't remember. Every single time we're in live, we're like, wait, how old are you again?
Every time. It could have been
Every
like last
time.
week and we'd do the same thing.
It's just so shocking. I think that's
I think that our favorite thing to do with Noah is like, Noah, how old are you?
It's
How are
very
you, Noah?
true. Baden
Sorry,
said
Noah.
anytime soon driving all here in Texas. We'll go to Texas,
It's been a minute.
but they haven't been able to respond to our bids where
So-
we bid them a certain amount so that we can get out of Texas too.
Yeah, so since our truck only has one axle and we can't carry the same amount of weight as a 3-axle truck could, there's a little bit less loads for us.
Yeah.
Not a lot less, but so it makes it slightly harder to get out of some areas. But whenever there's like loads going to Texas, I make it pay to where it's paying us to drive out of Texas, and they haven't been going for my bids. So I personally think that the rates are going back down to pre-COVID era, and the diesel isn't.
Hey, when that guy fell asleep and he almost ran me off
Oh yeah.
on the dash cam, did you put that in a video yet?
Nope.
Oh. So King of War said, did you keep a dash cam running? Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to when you're...
You don't have to. You should.
No, I mean like...
You should.
Yeah, you should.
And I really want a better camera. I want something that's 4K and it does 60 frames per second.
So there's like a
So
lot
that
more
way you can
clarity
pause
in it. And yeah.
Our camera is like 1080 and it only does like 30 frames per second, and it's not that great.
Yeah. Tomahawk said, do y'all think trucking is a viable long-term option? I was thinking of getting CDL.
I mean, it doesn't feel like that because they're trying to get automated trucks. The government is trying to slow the speed limit down to 60.
Yeah. 65.
And with our current truck, before we made the first payment, before we signed the papers, we took that baby in, got some things fixed, and when we did that, we had them raise the speed limit on it. It was 75, we raised it up to 85. There is no 85 mile per hour speed limits, but...
There's 80, and then if you have a downhill...
Yeah, well, you would just go over the speed limit. It wouldn't prevent you from going over. But just in case they ever change it to 85, we're ready, but... I have had this sucker up to 80 out in Utah, and I think Nevada.
During the summer.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Sorry. I watched a video of like they closed up the road in Wyoming because of bad weather. And as soon as they opened it back up, there was a guy going 80 again. And then he caused a pileup.
I don't know if they went 80, but they're going faster than the one guy that was being cautious, and they just went off the road. But, yeah. So if you compare 80 miles per hour to 60, That's 20 miles in 1 hour. That's pretty drastic. And when we go out west, I can get 700 miles in my shift. So I would probably be reduced to like 500 some miles, and you make how much money, you make your money per mile.
So we don't know how to answer that, just because there's a lot of things that are in the works right now. We don't know how it's going to turn out.
I personally don't feel good about
this is a dangerous
future.
job. Like, that's
It's
something that's really bothering us.
The thing that bothers me is I feel like the government's pushing us out of it. They're allowing automation, and they're just really pushing electric vehicles really hardcore, and so it's like they're making us obsolete one way or another. I do not want to buy another truck. So I'm trying to line something else up. We'll see if that works out. Stay tuned.
Gang of Four said New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Yes. And then Baden said, yes, I am. And he has a smiley face. Noah said, currently 35 here in Pennsylvania. Was a nice... Do we have Pennsylvania? Yeah, because we said Scranton earlier. So, yeah, okay. Was a nice day. Tomorrow is supposed to be nice. It's so funny how, like, we think 35 is nice.
If it's not windy out.
Yeah. And especially if the sun's out and stuff, like...
Yeah.
When I lived in Texas, I'm like, 35? That's freaking, because I was already climatized because it was so warm down there. Were you going to say something?
So if it's not windy out, and it's not raining, it's not snowing, and it's 50 degrees warmer, it's fine.
Kenneth Wright saying, congratulations from Texas. I never doubted y'all for a minute, and the Ford, yes, y'all know.
Thank you. Kenneth's been around a long time, too.
Yeah, thank you, Kenneth. That's very nice of you. Gang of Four said, we had minus negative 20 Fahrenheit this morning. Oh.
That's awful.
That is awful.
Dang.
Oh, no, thank you, man. That's like, don't go out of your house weather. That's awful. Be Easy said, summon boutique a truck. Something about a truck? Is that what you said? That's funny. I have a crack on my phone, so sometimes I have to move like the comments so I can actually read it. So she can
read around the cracks of the, what do you call that? The screen.
Do you remember that one commercial where he's like, because he's like, yeah, mine doesn't do that yet, so that's good. Hungry Highway. Every time I read that name, it's funny. Said, can a couple do what you do, but just one of them drives? Does that make any sense? It'd be like having a solo driver if the other one isn't going to drive.
I don't know if you can 100% do that, but I will say this, like...
That takes away half your income.
No, it doesn't.
If you were the only one to drive and I didn't drive at all, then you'd have to run basically as a solo.
I drive 70% of the time.
But I still drive.
30% of the time. So you can do that.
And I cook and I clean and I do the cats.
We're talking about
and do all
miles.
Stuff. I know, but I just had to say it so it didn't seem like I was lazy or something like that. We have a system.
I'm trying to tell him that.
I know, but I had to say.
There's a chance. There's solo drivers out there.
Yes.
I'll say this: if you're driving for like the same carrier as us, the teammate you're talking about will have to have a CDL and will have to be signed on with the carrier. They don't necessarily have to drive, but they have to go through all the motions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a pain in the butt.
Tomahawk said, as a Georgia fan, wanted to tell you guys Ohio State played an incredible game against us. That should have been national championship game. Ohio State played Georgia most of the game. Georgia was fortunate.
That was a really good game. That game was legit.
My mom, that light is so bright. I'm like trying to look at the screen and having like dots in my eyes. Okay. Sorry, I actually didn't watch the game, so.
So, basically, Ohio State, it was down to the wire.
Was that the one where we were at the house for?
At my parents' house?
Yeah.
Ohio State, if they would have made a field goal, they would have won.
I was doing my planner, like putting all the stickers and stuff in my planner during the game.
It was within range, too. He should have made it, so.
Oh, that sucks for that guy, because then everyone's like blaming the whole game on him, even though it takes everybody.
The whole game. Like, yeah, there's like mistakes throughout the whole game.
Oh, that poor guy.
I'm sure they could have done better throughout parts. The way I see it is, they lost.
That darn spell check. Something about a truck. Hey, Mr. Derek, that's your line.
Something about a truck.
Yeah, he loves saying that. Sometimes I'll say something about the truck or I'll.
Something about a
and
truck.
then- Yep. Matt Carl said, so my sliding door opens while driving on temperatures 30 or below.
Dang,
What?
that's scary.
Yeah.
That'll wake you up.
Oh, that's awful. Noah said, okay, I have just under 3 months until I graduate. I'm 18 and
Okay.
19 in May.
Dang.
I'm screenshotting that.
You ain't gonna look
I know,
at it.
no, not on the iPad when I
She
used to
always
read
screens-
comments there, but this is on my actual phone.
She's like a screenshot hoarder. I don't think she looks
I
at
do
them.
have. Look, if
She'll
you go,
take them. I don't know if she looks at them though.
if you go under like my folder, like for different pictures, the one for screenshots is a lot.
So usually, I think she's gotten better, but usually when we like go to family's house, you know, for the holidays, and it's time to get your plate full of stuff, Cinnamon loads
I've
it
gotten
up.
better. I've gotten so much
Cinnamon-
better.
Cinnamon loads it up.
I
She
used
can't eat
to.
it all, and she'll, hey, can you want the rest of this? No, I'm trying to eat snack. What do you call that? Desserts.
Kenneth,
And
right?
that's what she's trying to pawn off her crap for, so she can eat desserts. I can't eat it all. I thought I could.
Kenneth Wright said 82 in Texas today.
Nice.
Ooh, that'd been awesome in February.
Mm.
82. Empty Pocket said, I'm glad I am retired. 35 years over the road was enough. I have so
Mm.
much respect for you. I don't know.
I don't know how you did it. I
No,
really don't. My grandpa was a truck driver, did it all of his life, and then my great grandpa was a truck driver. Yeah. I wish my grandpa would have been alive when we first started in trucking, because we would have started out with a better foot. You know, would have had a little bit more knowledge what we were getting into and how to do it.
You would have had some questions.
But, you know, if you don't fail, you don't learn, I guess. So we learned one way or another.
My throat's starting to hurt a little bit, so I'm just warning you.
All right.
Okay. Empty Pocket said, I've been talking all day because I worked out with my one friend in the morning. So I was talking with her all morning. And then I went to one of my niece's basketball games. And so
How did she do?
talking with my brother-in-law there. She did good.
Good.
I was getting a little upset because they're little girls. Okay. They're like 9 years old. And someone on her team, like as soon as they get the ball, they'd go all the way down the court to shoot it. They wouldn't pass it to anybody.
Well, they don't
Anytime
know.
she had it, she would pass it. I'm like, that's so sweet of her. Like, you know, and when she did try and shoot it, like she was good too. So it wasn't like she was passing just because. But anyways, I did that. So I was talking with my brother-in-law who was there that whole time. And then I went to a retirement party. And so I was talking with all these people I used to work with, like the entire time. And then I came on the way home. My mom called, so then I was talking to her. And then I came home and I talked to Derek for a tiny bit. And then he's like, hey, we're going to do live. I'm like, oh, man. And now I'm talking a
asked
lot,
her.
so my throat's a
tell
little.
Her. I asked her. She knew.
It's true. Okay.
And she talks. That's all she does is talk. So she's used to it.
I'm not going to deny it.
You see that? She started to get pissed. Oh, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Gary said, are you still working for FedEx? We are.
We are independent contractors for FedEx Custom Critical. Still.
Yep. Gang of Four said, good night, y'all. And the cats, be safe and good seeing you again. Aw, thank you for stopping
Hey,
by.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Gang of Four.
And we did put you on the map. So,
You're on the
how
map.
many states do we have up there, by the way?
We
Can I
got
see it
quite
real
a
quick?
few. Those, got all of those.
That's a good portion. I like that.
We got a good spread on the United States. We got all the corners.
Wait, did you put? Oh yeah, you did put North Dakota on there for Sally. Noah said, I recently got a new car. I'm much
remember.
happier with 18 miles per gallon than 10 miles per gallon on a
Is that-
good day with a truck. I still got the truck though.
Is that the Lincoln? I think you said you got a Lincoln.
Mom was telling me that
Mama says.
Mama says we were talking earlier about like she was talking about a car that she used to get 9 miles per gallon with, and I'm like, oh, I feel you on the truck. So
Oh, the big truck.
yeah, but 9's good with like the big truck, right?
It's,
I mean, at least it's not
okay.
7 or 8. Sorry, guys. We're not going to drink these anymore.
Oh,
we're
whatever.
doing our lives.
Stop making
We're
promises.
over here like, ugh. Okay.
They can't smell my belches.
Well, that's good for them. Hungry Highway said, gotcha. I'm in a van, planning on taking my wife on the road for a year or two. She comes from much rougher living conditions. She won't have a license. Just wondering if more space would be worth it. Oh, I gotcha. Instead of being in the van with two.
It's a great question. Quite a bit difference in expenses and startup cost.
Oh, look.
And I don't know about the loads either. You know, it might be. I couldn't tell you load opportunities for a sprinter van compared to a Expeditor truck like what we drive.
Look over here. Don't look at the screen. Somebody just popped in that hasn't popped in a long time. Do you want to guess or no?
I can't guess.
Starts with a T. 2 words.
True trucker.
No. Dang it. Used to wear his hat.
Oh, Toe Piglet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. What up, TP?
So that's... He said hi from Texas.
Yeah.
We have Texas on the map.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other
Got
Texas
a bunch
people
of
here.
Texans out here.
Yeah. Gang of Four said 6 states in New England. It's beautiful that time, like during fall in that area.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Sometime I want to go there and like and eat like the seafood and stuff.
He's even got a ranch.
Yeah, he's a modified. Yeah.
I remember that day he pretty much begged for the rights to what do you call those people?
Moderator.
Yeah, he begged
Right.
for it. Yeah, I think he wanted to block somebody or something.
We used to get some people in here that I don't know. We're more family oriented. Like we don't cuss and on here I don't say we don't cuss ever.
But I occasionally speak French.
Yeah, that's what I was.
You
Yeah,
run me off the road, I'm gonna speak some ooh la la to you.
Noah said something. He said, yep, it's a Lincoln 2015 with almost no rust and in great shape with all the service records. Has
There you
140,000 miles, but you could never guess. You know, if you really take care of a car and everything, then you can put a lot of miles on it.
Yeah.
So
I've heard of gasoline engines having 300 on them.
Lincoln, that's awesome.
But yeah, we're thinking about selling the truck so we can invest some money other places. So, I mean the pickup truck. But I mean, if you got the right amount of money, I'll sell the big truck too if you got the right amount of cash.
Dear Lord, we just got that.
Everything's for sale. It must go. Sale.
Anyway. Toe Biglet said, are you two doing okay?
Oh yeah, we're still here. Still paying bills. Hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you got like some podcast videos up. I haven't been able to check out too much. How's life after Hot Shot? Sold his truck 2 weeks ago. Dang. Well, at least you sold it. Me personally, I think I'd like to sell our pickup truck. Use that money.
I tell him,
elsewhere.
I'm like, whatever. I don't care.
know.
You can sell it or we can keep it. Just make up your mind.
Yeah. Now it's like, how much are we selling it for, and is it worth it? But
It is hard to tell.
if I can leverage that money somehow, yeah, it'd probably be a good
it'd be
idea.
worth it.
Yeah.
We've done pretty good. Sorry. I only have one more student loan debt.
Yeah, we paid off a couple of her
So,
student loans.
Done with Sally Mae. I call them the devil. They really are.
Yeah.
So done with Sally Mae. So I'm so excited about that because actually it was supposed to be a fixed rate. It was supposed to be 4.25
And we paid off
on that, and it got up to 9.25. Just all of a sudden I saw it starting to rise. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And
then we paid our own off our only credit card, right?
yep. So we don't have any credit cards. Derek and I don't.
Yeah. Truck and Travel does.
Truck and Travel has one for the
2.
Two.
It has 2. Has 3 actual cards.
But it's at 0% right now,
Yeah.
and it'll be fine.
So
It's not like a big balance at all.
Cinnamon had really bad back issues in 2022, and she was going to a masseuse or whatever, and
Charged about
it would
109
get so
every
bad
time.
that she wouldn't even want to go uptown. She couldn't drive herself. She wouldn't even go. We had a gym membership that had, massage chairs. She wouldn't even go to do that. She wouldn't even let me drive her to go do that. And so I told her, get in the car. We're going to buy a chair. And so we went straight to ABC Warehouse. We found a chair. We ordered it. Cinnamon started feeling better. It was amazing. She didn't even sit on it.
It's the only thing. It's the only thing, because with my back, if you're not familiar with my back issues, I have 3 protruding discs.
Mm-hmm.
And if my back gets very tight, then it starts to press, like the tightness or whatever, it clenches and it starts to press against the nerves, and the nerves like make it like it feels like somebody's taking their fist and going like this right on like my lower back. Like it literally.
And that's part of the reason why I try to do most of the driving too, is because it'll be less downtime and it'll less painful for her. But she uses a massage chair a lot, and
A lot.
you think it helps?
Oh yeah, it's the only reason why we've been okay to, because if I sit for too long, it just tightens up, and then all the problems start. Like where I couldn't even go 10 minutes.
I even made her start keeping track of how many times she uses it per day, so we can
see if it's a good investment. But it is.
So when it breaks down, we can see if it was worth or not. We did get a 3-year warranty on that sucker, but.
So Piglet said vehicle prices are on the upswing right now. Look into it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Kenneth said, stop teasing us. You're not going to sell the Ford. Every boat needs an anchor.
Every boat needs an anchor. That's funny.
That's why anytime Derek's like, yeah, let's
Kenneth
sell the
Wright
truck.
says
I'm
that
like, whatever.
time.
I don't care. Just make up your mind. I'm not going to get.
How much total debt do we have now? Just us.
I think it's at 123.
I thought it was under the. I thought it was like 118.
No, it is 118.
Yeah.
Because we just paid off a couple different things. It's at 118 now.
Yeah.
We had.
Maybe 3
was
years
it
ago it was like
239?
221 or something like that.
No, it was more than that. I want to say it was
229?
I thought it was 239.
I don't know.
No, 229.
I think
Sounds
it was,
more.
Yeah. Anyways.
No, it's 231. It's
anyway,
231.
Yep.
But yeah, no. So now it's down to 118.
Yeah.
So
Come a long ways.
we're plugging away, and
Yeah.
plus we've gotten things in between. Then we've had hospital bills. We had to pay for the demolition of the
barn.
No, the barn. We had to pay like.
Well, we paid ahead on the. Well, we used our money for startup costs for.
Truck and travel.
Again, yeah.
Yeah, like there's a lot of things that we've also that's prevent us from just chipping away at that. So, Toe Piglet said got an offer for the property too.
Nice.
Noah said I'd buy the truck. I have 3 daily driven vehicles and 2 farm cars. I keep buying cars. I can't help myself.
Can't stop.
That's funny. Toe Piglet said as I get older, I realize more and more health is wealth.
Yeah, that's what I tell Selman. What good is health if you? What good is wealth if you don't have health?
Yeah, and Derek's all about. It'd be nice to get out of debt, and so that we can actually be able to do stuff while we're young and healthy.
And
like, because everybody's
spend time with
like
family.
Yeah,
we're not promised tomorrow. I mean, we could die on the road. Who knows?
Yeah, especially how everybody else has been driving. Not us, of course, but everybody else.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah. I mean, it just seems like in the last year's time, it's just been getting worse.
I feel like we constantly have to drive on the defense.
Oh, always.
Yeah, because there's some people just coming at us.
Even more so now.
Yeah, it'll come out on a different video, but there was.
Oh, you already said it.
Yeah.
The one that fell asleep and was about. Well, he did run you off the road. Luckily, you stopped in time.
I had to swerve and then.
Slam
Swerve again. I had to slam on the brakes.
Whenever that happened,
him and then try and get back on so I didn't hit the sign because it was right around a curve too.
Yeah.
Where he.
And then if you're sleeping, you feel that you're like, oh my god, this is it.
Yeah, Derek's like, you okay?
That's me asking, are we gonna die?
And I actually let out a cuss word, and I didn't even know I did until we replayed it. And Derek's like, "Hey, you said," and I'm like, "Oh, I did." Like I didn't even realize it. Just crazy. Wilco said, sell the Ford, pay off more debt. Debt is the biggest killer to getting ahead.
Might just use it to pay off the truck and then use it for another business. That's what I might do. Leverage.
there's some things Derek and I are in the discussion.
We're
phase.
in the
not-
mix of some things. There's some stuff going on. Don't know if it'll work out, but it's fun to try.
We'll let you guys know.
One of these days, yeah.
when it gets a little bit further down the road and stuff, but
Started January
there's
6th.
always something going on, right, Derek?
Always something.
Derek has a lot of ideas.
Some are good. Some
I
are
shouldn't
good.
drink any more of this because I actually want to start getting back on my sleeping schedule.
Some are good.
I'm usually not up at this time.
But yeah, we got the title of the truck if you want to buy it. So here it is. So, nice paper or whatever, you know. Whatever.
Derek, I swear.
I
you
was
don't-
gonna burn it.
I was wondering why. It's a copy, by the way.
Yeah, that's just a copy.
and
Yeah,
he-
that's fun though.
You block some stuff out, so it's not has all the information on there.
Yeah.
I saw it on the counter, and I'm like, why do you move it from over here to over here? And then I saw both of them, like, why did you make a copy?
That would be painful though if I mixed them up and that was actual copy. That'd be
No,
sad.
I already put away the real original.
Man, that's-
Sally
Or-
said, so curious what that is.
I don't.
We
like,
haven't said anything to
yeah.
anybody.
Just because
except my mom.
there's a lot of people that are like, I don't know how to put it. They're
dream killers.
killers.
I knew you were going to say that. 'cause that's you.
That's what they are. You have an idea and you tell somebody like, oh, it's a bad idea. Everybody wants to stay in their 9-to-5 job because they feel safe, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't want to live like that. I just want to do something to where I can expand and build. Cinnamon didn't want to build a fleet, so I'm like, okay, I'm done.
No friggin' way, man.
Yeah.
Props to anybody who lets
And
people drive on their property. Like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I've seen how some people just treat other people's trucks and no thank you.
And this, it might not work out. Who knows? But I feel like we're working with a good group of folks to where I feel like it's gonna work out. Feels pretty good.
All right.
It's just on us. It's on us.
Is there anything else that you would like to talk about? Because my throat hurts. I want to finish my mom's cheesecake she made me for my birthday. And then I want to go to bed.
Well, we appreciate you guys again. If you want to do what we do, go to the link in description. Check out Hyfield.
Sorry, it's a green screen, so I'm like, it's right here.
They might have a truck or two open for you. They even got the big rigs. I don't know if you've seen that one video of the semi-truck, but man, it had a 150-inch sleeper on it. So
That thing was so cool. Like,
yeah.
that was a lot of fun to do that.
So if you want to do this, and you don't want to buy the equipment, it's a good way to start. So
Some people were saying goodbye. Brian
right.
said, gotta go. Good night. Stay safe. Thank you too. Consent said, I'm sorry, but I have to go. Bye, you two. Thank you guys for jumping on here. Thanks for participating, for commenting, for congratulating us. That was very nice of you guys to spend your time with us, which I always say is like your most valuable, thing that you have is your time.
Yeah.
You never get that back. So thank
Yeah.
you for spending time with us and for commenting and and everything, guys. So
You guys have a good rest of your weekend. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time out there on the road.
bye.
I don't know if it got you saying bye. Oh, yeah, it did.